So this video ain't going to be too much, but it is about one thing. It is about a potential Spearo meetup. I touched earlier on the year about doing meetups with people. This was pre-COVID. Then obviously COVID made a hell of a mess of everything. I've done a couple of skimboarding meetups this year. I've done a lot of skimboarding meetups through the years, but one thing that I would like to do, and I've already floated the idea on, I believe, Instagram and with a few other people, is doing a Spearo meetup. It's kind of like a weekend away. It's not a competition, although we may just have like a biggest snapper and biggest kingfish thing. There's going to be no entry. There's no nothing like that. It's not a commercial activity for myself or anyone sort of around it. Today is of, what is it? It is the 22nd of July. It's almost 3 o'clock. I'm purely floating ideas with you guys to see what you guys think. July, I would potentially like to do it. Okay, so potentially, I was thinking the first weekend of September, so that's like, what, 6 weeks away, which would be the 5th or 6th of September, or possibly push it back to later. I really have no preference on that. I'm just throwing a date out there. So location wise, is a lot of you would know I'm in Bay of Islands. A lot of people I deal with and that are from Auckland or Northland, so I sort of figured somewhere relatively central, easy to access, and that would probably be the Tutukaka area. Tutukaka's out of Whangarei there. There's a good campground there, easy to access. The campground itself is pretty well set up for fishing. They've got a big filleting station, all the things like that. There's really good shore diving. I think I would like to make it probably like a non-motorized weekend. You could bring kayaks, and just have a dive weekend. Kick it off midday Friday if you can get there at midday Friday, and kind of just have a good bit of banter with people, meet a lot of you guys, the viewers. I'd like to try to get a few of the guys who put videos out, like Kerry, try to get Luke from Aquatic Rehab up there. I'll speak to another couple guys and basically just have a fun weekend. It's really no structure, no nothing. We'll probably have a cut-off time on Sunday, and I'll give a couple things out, like some t-shirts. I may even give a pair of fins away depending on how this is going to be received. I will not be giving a gun away because they just cost so flippin' much for me to make. So I will be offering like discounts on all my gear, all things like that for those of you in attendance. You'll pay for your campground yourself. You'll pay for everything yourself. Like I mentioned, there's no entry fee. It's a free weekend, but I will be offering deals on my stuff for those in attendance. So yeah, pretty much as mentioned, purely floating an idea, whether or not it is a good idea or not, and location for me makes sense to be at Tutukaka. There's a lot of ground. There's a lot of ground there to shore dive. There's a lot of ground that's easy to access, and there's a lot of ground like it's just a big potential area to dive, so we're not all crammed into one spot. It's easy for the Northern guys and it's relatively easy for the Auckland guys. So let me know what you think. That's really all this video is about. I will show you one thing before I go. So finally doing reels for the guns. I have got some hunt reels in from Italy. Now this is their big maxi one. That is like a fully locked and loaded reel. That's more for a big blue water gun. I'm sending this little 80 away to Duncan Henderson at Spear Gun Engineering down in Wellington, which is also where this is going. I ordered him in specifically the 7.5mm double flopper. I think that's going to go on a 100 or something, and I'm sending him this stock, which I've milled a shaft track in it, and he's going to do a lot of the work and set me up with a roller, which I have been asked by a few people regarding roller guns, if I'm going to do roller guns. I don't know the answer to that, but I am sorting myself with reels right now. I'm obviously going to do a bit of testing with a roller gun put together mainly by him, and these are probably the more stock sort of reels that I'm going to be doing. This is like the 100. This is like the normal size that probably we would run here in the north. There is an 80, which one's going to Duncan. There's another one in there. It's just a slightly smaller unit. We've got a ratchet drag. These right now I'm pricing at 170 with Dyneema fitted or included with one of my guns. They will be running a different price on a gun if you're not buying from me, which is sort of pretty much normal affair with most things, and just incredibly well built and really good looking solid unit. as well as, of course, these hunt shafts, which, again, I don't quite have the stock to supply people. Like, I don't necessarily want to be selling shafts that aren't going with my guns, but I'm kind of trying to work my way there. They are top of the range. There's actually... Top of the range shafts are very difficult to get hold of. Not everyone makes them and not everyone supplies them, so they come all the way from Italy. Those reels and the shafts come from Italy. So very top quality items. There's going to be a lot happening here over the next little while. Feel free to drop a comment below. If you like the idea of doing a meetup, I'm not going to be going further afield than that. I'm not going to be doing one down Coro or anything, because that's just miles for guys in Northland. So feel free to let me know what you think. I'm Sam Price. I'll see you at the beach.